Do you want to see some transphobic heads explode? Me too. Wait till I explain this. I am the janitor in a very large factory. We provide free female feminine hygiene products in the ladies' room in a dispenser. It's my job to fill that up. Now, we don't have any openly transgendered people there, but I don't know if we don't have any transgendered people there. So what do I do to mitigate that? I leave a couple of maxi pads and a couple of tampons under the sink in the men's rooms, just in case. You know, because they have to go to the bathroom too.
Pop quiz for my stoner husband.
No. You know what? I got the car, I got the dog, I got pants. What's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? I'll be back in an hour.
What the fuck?
I have no idea what's going on. Here, can you take Yuma?
Hi.
Fuck you, my child is completely fine. Your child is in my DMs asking how to get a binder without you knowing because they're scared of you.
Hey friends, what's up? Leo WT here. Just wanted to show you how Carly gets their famous do. First we do a fade from a 2 down to a 0, and then you gotta hit the line up really well. I find that that's the best way to masculinize a haircut, is to get those edges perfect. Next, you want to make sure that you firmly line your sideburn area if you want them to show up. First, you put in your gel in terms of styling product, and then you blow dry through that. That's going to give you a lot of grip, but without being crunchy. Then you're going to finish it up with a wax product that's going to define the texture and give you a nice, touchable hairstyle.
So today my husband and I are driving to a bookstore out of town that I've been wanting to visit for a while, and I'm going to ask him how many books I'm allowed to get. Wish me luck. Hey, honey.
Yeah.
How many books can I get today?
1?
1? You mean with like a 2 after it?
You want to get 12 books.
What I want is for you to love me.
Oh, honey, I love you.
I feel like I just got the go-ahead on 12 books. You guys heard that too, right?
Where is this mythical lesbian oasis?
Oh, honey. It's Northampton, Massachusetts. It was named Lesbianville, USA by the National Enquirer in 1992. Like, look at this. 10,000 cuddling, kissing lesbians call it home sweet home. Smith College, a historically women's college, is in that town, and right next door in South Hadley is Mount Holyoke College, which is also a historically women's college. It's actually where I go. But, yeah. The amount of lesbians here is astronomical. It's great.
Let's talk about queer comic characters. At the request of somebody whose comment I have lost, we're going to talk about Prodigy, the X-Men, and his kind of, sort of, maybe boyfriend, Speed, who's the son of the Scarlet Witch. The first time that we see these two is in the 6th issue of the 2013 Young Avengers. Tommy is an extrovert, and he basically adopts David. Then Tommy disappears. But long story short, in the last issue of 2013 Young Avengers, Prodigy brings Tommy back by kissing a monster. Now, this stirred up some controversy, because when Tommy says no, he doesn't say, "I'm not into dudes," he says, "We're friends." And just like that, a rare pair was born. But unlike most rare pairs, this one became canon. Granted, at first we were taking scraps like this one panel from Secret Wars Secret Love. Yes, this, in the background. But when the Empire event came in 2020, we were blessed. Where we were blessed with this confirmation of them making out. And in X Factor, we're here.
More anonymous Tumblr confessions, courtesy of the Google form in my bio. My computer screen froze while looking at John Locke porn art, and I had to lie my ass off to prevent my family from entering the living room. Nothing screams Tumblr quite like looking at nude drawings of Benedict Cumberbatch on the family computer. When I was 13, I found out I was sterile, like straight up can't ever get pregnant. When I talked to somebody on Tumblr about it, they told me it was okay, because it meant that, in the Omegaverse, I would be a female alpha. Hashtag girlboss. I drew not safe for work pencil art of the creator of Italia getting blown by the creator of Homestuck. Got roasted so hard, I deleted and created a new account. What kind of reaction were you expecting? People asking for really odd nudes, like feet pics. But the feet have ketchup on them. The payment? They'd write fanfics for me. Logged on.
Transphobic people are always like, transgender people want special rights and special privileges. And trans people are always like, it's not a privilege, it's just having basic human rights. And I would mostly agree with that. There's one area of trans privilege. In my high school, they had gender neutral bathrooms, but they were just like these single person handicap bathrooms. The administration just kind of slapped on a little sticker of a dude wearing half dress, half pants, and we're like, here's your space, fucking freaks. But that shit was single person with a door that locked. And when schools started to figure out what vaping was and that it was a problem, and security guards started busting in the fucking bathrooms and giving people suspensions, I was safe. I had no worry in the world. Not one. I can just be like, and they're like, are you doing inappropriate things in there? Like, I don't know, bitch, maybe, but if you bust in that door, I'm gonna bust up your job with a fucking Title IX lawsuit. Trans privilege, cry about it.
Okay, so my brother's about to go ask for this kid's number.
I'm not.
Luke, stop chickening out. Go do it.
No, you wouldn't do it for the life of you.
Go do it. Look, TikTok is watching and you have to.
Just go give it to him.
No, I'm not giving it to him for you.
Because you're scared.
No, I'm not, because it's not my battle.
Battle? Family.
Maybe his family will see it as a romantic gesture.
The one in the blue sweatshirt.
Like, you're never gonna see him again, and so, like, if it goes badly, like, how would you know? That means he just didn't text you.
Yeah.
Just, come on. Ready? Smile and go. Go.
I hate you so much.
He's literally just been standing there for the past, like, 3 minutes. Oh my gosh, he's going. Oh my gosh, he's going. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. My heart is beating so fast.
I remember the first time I started having feelings towards other dudes, and I always thought that, like, something was wrong with me and that I was broken. It turns out I was right, but not because I'm interested in other dudes. It's because I'm extremely mentally ill.
The fact that fucking contact lenses are so expensive is homophobic!
Did you get taught the history of LGBT people in school? Most of us did not. Which means there are so many young LGBTQI plus people out there that have no idea about all the other queer folk in history that fought for our rights. We think that should change. So, we're going to teach ourselves. P.S. Did you know that this song has a queer history? Hey, I'm Rudy. Why is that so hard? I'm going to practice it. Why did I just sound like Moira from Schitt's Creek? I'm one of your regular teachers, and these are my pronouns. So join the roll call. Follow Rainbow History class.
Despite pansexuals and asexuals being polar opposites in sexuality, in terms of personality, we're like practically the same. I mean, we both love axolotls. We both love cuddly stuff. We're both sort of chaotic but also adorable. We're the same in terms of personalities and jokes and things. Like, what the heck?
New rule, if you are non-binary, switch, or bisexual, you are exempt from making any decision. Someone's like, where do you want to go eat? You're like, I don't have to decide. I'm non-binary, thank you.
These are all the Stardew Valley Bachelorette's undisputed sexualities. Starting off with Penny. Penny's straight, but she will absolutely enter a lesbian relationship if it means moving out of Pam's house. Emily's pansexual, polyamorous, and if you're getting with her, canonically, I believe you're also getting with Sandy, and you're a happy throuple. Maru is asexual, but she's pan-romantic and definitely interested in polyamory. Demetrius has no idea. I used to think Haley was straight, but after rewatching her Heart events, she's definitely a femme lesbian, and she's all about how bad you smell. It's totally chef's kiss for her. You go, Haley. Leah's repping that rare bisexual cottagecore energy, and she's all about monogamy. Abigail's basic ass is straight, and she thinks the A in LGBTQIA stands for ally. I don't like Abigail. Krobus is a pansexual furry sub, and we're not gonna shame her for that.
Did she say what you say? That you only meant well when it comes to your face.
Every time I wear this jacket outside, I'm reminded of the time that I was standing outside with a friend, and this little kid was walking up with her mom, and she like looked at me and was like wide-eyed and was like, "Mommy, That boy had spikes. Like a whole world of possibilities just opened up.
I haven't seen anybody talk about this, but we're going to be talking about the Super Straight trolling attempts and where it all came from. You see, Super Straight started back in February 2021. It was very quickly co-opted in March by 4chan, a social media platform that's completely anonymous and very forum-based. Coincidentally enough, with it being completely anonymous, has a very, very large neo-Nazi ring. But by this co-opting, they inserted Nazi symbolism. The Super Straight, which is already shortened to SS, is now being literally portrayed as an SS. Meaning that if you associate with Super Straight in any way, shape, or form, odds are you will be shunned, you will be blocked, and people will associate you with Nazis. With that being said, if you are part of the Super Straight community, you are no longer welcome here on my page, but if you're part of the LGBT community, I would love to have you here. Trans men are men and trans women are women. Suck it. That about sum it up?
Mm-hmm.
Democrat or Republican, I can safely say every American wants this question answered. What is Joe Biden's plan to make HRT vapable? Why can't medical transitioning look cool? I want to rip O's while I'm taking my tea. Good video. Good video.
Here are some Marvel characters who are LGBT plus in the comics, but not in the movies because Marvel Studios are cowards. In the comics, Star-Lord is bisexual, although this is quite a recent addition. Okoye has had a relationship with women, but it has not been stated if she's lesbian, bi, or something else. Valkyrie is of course bisexual. The actress had said this version of Valkyrie is bisexual, but it doesn't count as anything until they show it on screen. Loki is pansexual and gender fluid in the comics. This has been hinted at in the movies, but it still doesn't count until it's said downright. This is one I didn't know. Korg is gay in the comics. Of course, we also have Billy and Tommy, one being bisexual, one being gay. I think this might be the first one they introduced, and it makes sense why they didn't introduce it in WandaVision. I do have enough to do an X-Men Part 2, but we'll see.
A boy just Snapchatted me saying you need to stop calling yourself a lesbian because no guy's gonna want you if you keep saying that. It's almost like that's the point.
Thinking about how many gay people on this app are gonna accidentally commit tax fraud cause of the Creator Fund. Asking people for their pronouns Part 1.
My pronouns? Honestly, just don't call me she, her. He, him is fine. They, them is fine.
Where are your pronouns? Not gay.
What are your pronouns? He, him.
I am an Apache attack helicopter.
What are your pronouns? He and him. Logan's back in here.
She, her, thank you for asking. Are you safe? Are you okay? What are your pronouns? She and her, thank you for asking.
So I actually have a they tattoo right here. And people have asked me, why would you get that tattooed somewhere no one's going to see it? And the answer is quite simple. I mean, if Kyle at the gas station decides to call me ma'am just because he can't see my tattoo, then that's fine, because I'll just go fuck his mom and she'll see it.
So, big news today. First of all, I got engaged, but more importantly, the Stardew Valley board game came!
Rude.
Once upon a time, and I heard that I was ugly. Came from a bitch who nigga wanna fuck on me. Said my face bomb, ass tight, racks stuck up shack height.
So now we're going to talk about the effects of estrogen that nobody warned you about. A lot of people have an increase in skin sensitivity. Your thoughts can become a lot more affected by your emotions than by logic, and that's just because of the hormones. You can sometimes have mood swings pretty rapidly. A lot of people will compare it to a pregnant person. There can be some breast tenderness, and even after time you might end up experiencing mood swings and cramps just like a menstrual period, sometimes cyclically every month. Oftentimes those effects are more prominent in the first few months to year of starting hormone treatment. And there can be a change in your orgasms so that they last longer and you feel them throughout your whole body instead of more localized and quicker.
Okay, I just saw the person take the quiz like, how's your taste in men? But this one is, how straight are you based on your taste in men? Ooh, I like the bridge guy. This one is really hard for me. I'm gonna say Harry Styles just because he looks like an absolute child in that picture, so I can't pick Timmy. Bill. These are really hard. I'm gonna have to say Andy. Nick. Okay, I'm so sorry, but Jeff. Oh my God, I love Henry. I don't even know who the Paul guy is. I think Robert's cute. Oh my God, this one might be the hardest one. I think I have to say Joseph. How did they pick the worst possible pictures for these guys? Chris. This is sending me. Gordo. I don't know these people. I also don't know these people. Ben! Ah!
Tell me your brother's gay without telling me your brother's gay.
So I was talking to this dude on Grindr, and it was just like a body pic, like as his profile, and I was like, hey, like, what's up? Like, you know, we're flirting, we're talking, and thankfully, before things progressed, I found out it was my brother, but it was a very close call.
I get called sir basically every time I step outside, but my straight female friends cannot handle watching it happen. If a guy calls me sir, they lose it. They're like, that guy needs to know you have a vagina. And no, he doesn't. Why would he need that info? In fact, I chose this haircut, and I knew what would happen when I got it. I knew I couldn't have straight men coming up to me anymore and being like, Lady Bridgerton, I would love to go down on you, or whatever the fuck straight people do in public. I don't know. Honestly, sometimes I like being called sir in public because then when I talk, people panic. They'll be like, hello, sir, and I'll be like, hi, how you doing? Can I just get a latte and the image of my penis like out of your head? Because it's just not there. It's not there.
Exciting Disney news. So this movie, Raya and the Last Dragon, is the first Disney animated film to have a transgender actress voice one of their characters. This is Patty Harrison, and she voices a chiefess in the film. And Kelly Marie Tran, who stars as Princess Raya, has said that the princess is gay. Is that equality I smell?
So the world of Raya and the Last Dragon is inspired by Southeast Asia. It's a region that has around 600 million people in almost a dozen countries, including Thailand, where my mom is from. Here are a few things that I recognize as possibly being inspired by or at least recognizable in Thai culture. The actual design of Sisu the dragon actually looks very evocative to the Southeast Asian folklore creature called the Naga. You can definitely see it in the horn and the slenderness of the body and the fact that Nagas are water-based creatures. In Thailand, these serpents are always on top of Buddhist temples to ward off demons. Raya's pet/steed is this armadillo beetle creature called tuk-tuk. In Thailand, tuk-tuks are these auto rickshaws that are used as taxis throughout the country, especially in cities. The characters in the movie greet each other using this gesture that is actually very evocative of a traditional Southeast Asian greeting. In Thailand, this is called the wai, and like in the movie, it changes depending on the status of who you're greeting. This character in the movie is called Little Noi, and Noi in Thai is basically like young child. It's just very cool to recognize some of these cultural details in such a big movie.
Hi, welcome to the QAC, the Queer Ants Collective. How can I help you? Hi, I'm here to submit my application. Wonderful, have a seat. Let me just ask you a couple of quick questions. First off, how many nibblings do you have? Oh, well, technically only one, but my best friend has a daughter that I consider my nibbling as well. Found family, that's good. Do you or have you ever practiced witchcraft? Yes, you'll see on my application that I'm studying to read tarot as well. That is a plus. What is your escapist hobby of choice? Dungeons and Dragons and Renaissance festivals. Pirate or fairy? Fairy. Noted. What do you collect? Cool rocks and weird mugs. Very nice. Cats? 2. Tattoos? Currently 5. Piercings? Septum. Alright, perfect. Final question. How tall is your to-be-read book pile? Endless. Welcome to the QAC.
People keep saying that they want a non-binary or female Twitch streamer to blow up, and I feel like it's a little bit. I don't really understand the request, but I'm a crowd pleaser, so here we go.
P.S. motherfucking A. If a gay man makes a straight man uncomfortable solely due to his presence, he's a little gay. Here's why. So last night I was hanging out with my guy friends, very hanging out with the boys. We're all kicking it. They all know I'm very much gay. And my homeboy was like, hey, can I invite one of my bros? And I was like, sure, I love new friends. Go ahead, I don't care. You know, walks into my friend's house, says hello to everyone, and I greet him with my long ass nails, talk about hi. And this man looks me up and down and gives me the craziest damn look. But I don't pay no mind. We're just chilling, playing music, and Booty by Black Youngster play. All my guy friends are like, sir, fuck it up! And y'all know me, I'm out there on the dance floor looking like this. Girl, I wanna see you twerk. He looks at my friend and is like, you were gonna let this fag do this in your house? I have a good friend. He was like, oh, so you can get the fuck out my house, period. I kid you not, I go home 2 hours later. Who is in my DM talking about, hey, I'm so sorry for what I said. Let me come over and let's have a little fun. What?
Welcome. Today I'll be rating some MILFs and DILFs from the Legend of Zelda series. Up first is King Daphne's No Hands in Hyrule from Wind Waker. I think he would treat me well. He can turn into a boat, which is always a good feature to have in a partner. However, his first name is Daphne's, which is really unfortunate, so I'll point off for that one, 7 out of 10. King Rome from Breath of the Wild, pretty similar, 7 out of 10 as well. Kome and Kotake from Ocarina of Time, kinda gross, 2 out of 10. But when they fused into Twin Rova, nice, 8 out of 10. King Dorephan from Breath of the Wild, no thank you, 3 out of 10. The uncle from Link to the Past dies in the first 5 minutes, kind of a loser, 4 out of 10. Queen Rutela from Twilight Princess is really hot. She is unfortunately a ghost, but we can figure something out, 9 out of 10. I don't really know how this one would work, but he seems nice, I'll give him a 5. Telma from Twilight Princess isn't technically a MILF, but she has very, very strong MILF energy, 9 out of 10.
Okay, so I literally just woke up not that long ago and I checked my Twitter and I saw that DC has a special announcement for June, which is LGBT Pride Month. They're releasing this 80-page anthology called DC Pride with a bunch of LGBTQ characters as well as LGBTQ writers. That is going to go on sale on June 8th and it's going to feature characters like Batwoman, Renee Montoya, Alan Scott, Midnighter, Apollo, Extraño, Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, Constantine, and more. Yes, I know there's more announcements slated to come, but I hate to be that guy, but at first, I was excited when I heard this news. I was like, oh yes, sign me the fuck up. I'm definitely getting that. I'm happy. And the more I thought about it, I was like, why does it take a special event month for these characters to be showcased in an ongoing series? It's not even ongoing, it's a one-shot. Of course, there's some few exceptions, but look at this. This is mostly all the white characters. Aqualad was really the only black LGBTQ character I saw on that list. There's Josiah Powers, Hero Cruz, see Thunder, daughter of Black.
I would just like to say that I was ruthlessly summoned here. First of all, he said howdy howdy y'all, that's me. And also crop top.
Grab yourself one of these.
Okay. Can't really do a crop top wrong. He's okay. Oh, he's got a ruler. He's taking this seriously. I appreciate that. Crop top should be taken seriously. Okay. What was that, a hat? Am I in a cowboy hat?
Good evening.
If you're a real trans ally, here are some gender-neutral terms I've come up with that you can use to help dismantle the gender binary. Number 1, instead of mom or dad, try big fong.
I have never felt more homosexual in my whole life. And the other day I was at the store and I pulled my phone out to take a picture of something. This man who's in the same aisle comes up to me and he says, "Is that your girlfriend on your phone case?" And I had to look at him and I had to say, "No, sir, that is Britney Spears."
The Mesa biome looking like a lesbian flag though. You know what we have to do. You know what we have to do. You know what we have to do.
Gang, I'm laughing a little too hard at my own joke.
I saw this tweet and it inspired me, so here are fictional characters I would come out to.
I just feel like he would be so insanely chill to come out to. Like, I feel like you do it and he'd be like, yeah, alright. It would probably make his day, too. I just feel like he would be, aggressively supportive and then also teach me how to fight if I asked. He for sure wouldn't even care. He would just dive into some insane Floridian story about his bisexual friend and his dance crew. It would be chill as fuck. But also date me, Jason. I'm your type. Not a girl. He would be so deeply supportive and respectful, but also light a homophobe on fire if I asked. I'm pretty sure Kid's gay, and I just can't see him having a problem. Oh, cause I want to make out with her.
I need to know if this is a common queer thing or if it's just me and my friends. I feel like being attracted to people covered in blood is like a queer staple. I'm just saying, I've like never seen a straight person be like, damn, there he is, covered in blood. But like, so many of the queer people I know were like, yeah, Jennifer's body looking ass, I'd hit that. Is this universal? Do we just have blood kinks?
Before COVID started, I used to go to open mics with some of my coworkers after work. And I remember one time I had just gotten off stage and my coworker comes up to me and is like, hey, great set. I didn't know you were bi. That's a really cool angle. I don't hear that many comics talk about it. And I was like, really? Because I feel like that's kind of common. And he was like, yeah, no, I've never heard it before. Is your girlfriend okay with that? And I was like, yeah, like, of course my girlfriend's okay with it. Why wouldn't she be? And he's like, well, you don't have to, like, go on dates only places where there will be lesbians. So, like, you're not trying to hook up with other people on your date. And, like, first of all, are straight people okay? But secondly, where is a place with only lesbians? So I asked him, where is this mythical lesbian oasis? And he had the audacity to say, I don't know, Home Depot?
I'm the B in LGBT. Broken.
I'm the L in LGBT. Lonely.
I'm the T in LGBT. Trash.
Sarah was finally home. Caillou was very happy to see her.
Caillou! Ni hao! What? If we can look at one gay person and call them fruity, what are we supposed to call a whole group of gay people? A fruit salad?
Meet Ben, a 22-year-old trans bisexual artist who doesn't know how to function. Welcome to his world. And now, meet his family. His mom, she's married to a straight man, still uses Facebook, and likes to talk to strangers. His dad, he listens to sports talk, knows how to change a tire, and still plays Agario. His older sister, she has stable mental health, is married to a white man, and lives in Nebraska. And his younger brother, he's a full-time gamer, wears shorts in the snow, and had to be convinced to use shampoo. Follow along on Ben's journey navigating being the only queer person in an all-straight family in the new hit show, Benny and the Hets.
The EU has been declared an LGBTIQ freedom zone. This week, members of the European Parliament voted that people should enjoy the freedom to publicly show their sexual orientation and gender identity without fear of discrimination or persecution. The vote was an overwhelming majority in favour. This was done as an act of defiance against certain member states, namely Hungary and Poland, who have taken steps against LGBT+ equality. The Polish government are trying to close loopholes allowing same-sex couples to adopt, and around 100 Polish authorities have enacted LGBT-free zones, cutting funding to any organisation promoting LGBT+ equality, and banning what they label rainbow propaganda. Meanwhile, the Hungarian government has ended legal recognition of trans people, and is now also attempting to ban same-sex adoptions. So what does the Parliament's declaration actually do? Terry Ranke is a German Green MEP and one of the proposers of this motion. She says it's the first step towards protecting LGBT+ rights in the EU, getting the ball rolling to push back on these so-called LGBT ideology zones and other bigoted measures. And as much as anything, sending a message to LGBT+ people in Poland, in Hungary, and across Europe that they have not been forgotten.
Sarah was finally home. Caillou was very happy to see her.
Caillou! Ni hao! What?
What's up, guys? It's after dark. You know what that means. Nipples out in the post office. The reason I'm here after dark, there's some things they don't tell you about being trans. So it turns out I'm no longer allowed in the mailroom. Okay, so it turns out people still work at the post office this late. And not everybody finds me as funny as I do. Fun tip, braces are expensive, but if you stop by your local orthodontist, they'll probably have like a mailbox or something with free retainers in it. And I can't guarantee they'll fit your face, but they are straight. Also, if you borrow your grandma's ID, you can get so many medications. Dude, look at that cute ass dog. And to top off the night, make sure to pass your local police station to make sure they know they're pigs. Okay. I'm not cute.
So I recently started seeing a new therapist, and she and I came up with a way to get my mom to stop misgendering me. So every time that she misgenders or dead names me, she puts a bead in the gender jar. And when it fills up, I get a prize.
They, them is invalid because they, them is plural. Oh, you got us. We're actually two people in a trench coat planning to destroy all pronouns and turn your children gay. Can you imagine all the gay babies? Chaos!
Dang, man. It's really cold outside. Well, at least you got some coffee there. That ought to warm you up. Oh, no, this is iced. Why on earth would you get iced coffee? It's like 40 degrees outside.
Hey gays, so one film that I don't think I hear a lot of people talk about is 2014's Pride. The film takes place in 1984 in Great Britain during a point where gay rights was starting to make a big push throughout the whole country. Throughout the country, coal miners from across the nation are also going on strike due to a series of labor disputes opposed, of course, by Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher. A group of gay activists decide to band together and form Lesbians and Gays Support the Miners. The film is based on a true story about this group and how they raise money in support of the miners on strike. At first, the miners do not really welcome the help of a group of gay people for their cause, but both groups are able to eventually find solidarity and allyship with each other, as both of them are marginalized under Margaret Thatcher's government. It's definitely one of the lighter political movies about gay people that you'll see. There are a few sweet romantic moments in the film, and it's just really cool to see a gay-centered film be about collective action and solidarity.
I don't mean to brag, but there was a point in my life when my therapist once called me the most self-aware, self-destructive person she's ever met. College.
I'm also sick of the pronoun jokes where it's like, your pronouns are what's between your legs. Super/soaker/3000. Y'all would bully neurodivergent kids who use neopronouns. I just know it. If somebody used something other than he, she, or they, you would bully them. Even hell, even if they just use they, them, you would probably bully them. So, stop it. I don't think it's cute. Or funny. I don't get the joke, and I don't like it. Okay.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of cishet men telling on themselves once again. So we already know TikTok nuked the super straight thing, squashed like a bug, eradicated. And already, the cishets found a new way to expose themselves. Let's take a look.
You're pansexual. That means you like men too, right? Yes. But cishet men, it's like...
Oh, okay, so it's totally fine for them to have their preferences, to not want to date trans women or not want to date black women, etc. But as soon as we have a preference that excludes them, all of a sudden that's a problem.
Dang, not even you guys like us? We get it, you fucking hate us. We get it, we're evil for being straight.
The funniest thing about this is in that video, I didn't even say I had a preference against cishet men. All I did was obviously jokingly express slight hesitation due to my own previous negative experiences having almost exclusively dated cishet men. I didn't even say, oh, I can respect cishet men, but I never date them, which is what they say. Apparently it's considered harassment and bullying to even hesitate to date straight men.
So, despite the fact that I've been active in the LGBTQ community for a while now, I didn't start questioning my gender until 25, and I didn't start medically transitioning until 26. And sometimes I find myself wishing that I would have figured out that I'm trans a lot sooner than I did, just because it would have saved me a lot of confusion. But then I think about how I would have been a trans teenager on Tumblr between 2009 and 2012. So, you know what? Never mind. I'm happy with the pace of my life so far. I can't complain.
Alright, did anybody else not realize that Disney XD was supposed to be Disney for boys and was like specifically marketed towards like tween and teen boys? Because like I always liked Disney XD way more than I liked regular Disney Channel. I don't really know what that says about me, but I have an idea.